I built this layout in just one day, and I'm going to show you how I did that.
This video is brought to you by Model Railroad Academy. Model Railroad Academy is your online resource for model railroad instructions, ideas, and information, with loads of tutorials and articles for model railroaders of every skill level. One of my personal favorites is Alan Keller's Great Model Railroads series. It is just so much fun to look at all of these different model railroads from all of these different great model railroaders and just get inspiration from those. Plus, you can find tutorials on everything from bench work to electronics to scenery, all sorts of things there. The first 1,000 people to sign up at the link in the description below will get a full year of premium membership to Model Railroad Academy for $1.49.
This is an in-scale micro layout built on a T-track triple module. It has two sidings, with one of them meant to connect to additional modules if I decided to do that. The track it is using is Kato 150mm radius turns, which are very tight. So tight that no 6-axle locomotives can go on it. And even some 4-axles like Amtrak P42s and Chargers, they have some trouble with it as well. It has one industry and a road that goes to it. So let's get into this build. We start with the T-track module. Now, I purchased this module from Klondike's. There is a link in the description to get it. They're extremely easy and quick to build. We're going to spray paint the module a dark brown. Spray paint dries quickly so that we can start working on it fairly fast. Once this was done, I can attach the track. This track plan uses the Kato CV1 and CV2 track packs and a couple of extra straights. I will link all of that in the description below. I have to figure out where to drill the holes for my feeder wires. I'm going to have one on the loop and one that's on the siding that goes off the track. Once this is done, I will use super glue to expedite attaching the track to the base. Once the track is on, I need to get the roads and building in place. Now, the building I'm using is an old DPM warehouse kit that I've had for a while. Building a kit on a one-day build would have made this not a one-day build. So I just had this one lying around and I was going to put it on there. You can always find pre-built buildings for this. I recommend looking for places like Bachman that have those pre-built buildings like factories and warehouses. For the roads, I'm using some 0.04 inch styrene sheets. I mark them and cut them to the right shape. For coloring these, I'm going to use some cheap black acrylic paint, a foam brush, and a foam makeup sponge. The foam brush spreads the paint and the makeup sponge is dabbed to remove the paint strokes. I then super glue them in place. I'm putting little risers of extra scrap styrene just to make them meet the crossing a little bit better. Now, the first coat is not going to get this perfectly. You're still going to have some white showing through. So I'm going to go back with a second coat, which is my actual asphalt color, which is black and some dark gray paint mixed together. And then I completely repeat the process and let it dry. After a break for lunch, I can start with scenery. First is ballasting. I add a bead of white glue around the track and then start spreading the Woodland Scenics fine gray ballast. Now, Kato does make their own ballast that you can certainly use. I just didn't want to use it for this. I use a brush to shape it and get it the way that I like it. Once that is done, I can soak it with IPA and my white glue water mixture, which is actually probably about a 60-40 to 70-30 mixture in favor of water. Now, some of the IPA did end up spreading onto our road, which did mess up that acrylic paint a little bit, and we will fix that later. While that is drying, I can start on the rest of the scenery. First, I'm going to use some brown modeling clay to add some terrain to the landscape, plus a place to stick trees. While that is still moldable, I cover the unscenic areas with white glue and then some Woodland Scenics Earth Blend turf. I then sprinkle several different scenic materials on it. First, I use some Woodland Scenics Burnt Grass Fine Turf, then a medium green coarse turf, and then I add clump foliage and undergrowth. There are many versions of this, and I'm going to link some of them in the description below. Once that is done, I soak it with IPA and my white glue water mixture. While that is drying, I begin planting trees. Now I'm using a mixture of cheap non-branded trees, Woodland Scenics trees, and JTT scenery trees. I simply stick them in the moldable clay. Now, if I had to make trees from scratch, like Woodland Scenics Forest Canopy or Super Trees, it would take a lot more time. Once the last coat dried, I could do things like weathering the track with some weathering powder and adding some gravel to the edges of the road, just little bitty embellishments. Now, once the IPA has evaporated, I can work on fixing the road paint, which ended up being dappled black paint over the road and just kind of doing a nice even coating until I got it right. Then, once all that was done, I could let the whole module dry, which will take some time. The layout is now dry and I can officially run trains on it. I'm using a Kato steeple cab and their starter pack of 8 hopper cars. This is a great little way to get into it. You can find the steeple cab for under $40, and the hopper cars are not that expensive, especially since you get 8 of them and they're a good quality. This entire layout build took 13 hours, and now I have a small model railroad for my office. I did this for 2 reasons. One was to see if I could do it, and 2 was to show you that it doesn't take a ton of time to build a model railroad. This is a small, relatively inexpensive model railroad that can fit in almost anyone's home. It's DC powered, so you don't have to worry about DCC or anything like that. Check out some of these model railroad businesses.
Klondike's is a family-owned business that makes in-scale T-track modules, mini diorama kits, and in-scale display stands right here in the US. You've seen me feature many of their modules right here on this channel. Check them out at the link in the description. Trains in the Valley is a model train shop located in Pennsylvania. They sell new and used model trains with a mission to make trains accessible to everyone. You can check them out at trainsinthevalley.com. Link in the description.
Big thank you to Model Railroad Academy for sponsoring this video. You can check them out in the link in the description below. You can also check out some additional tutorials right here for some of the stuff that you saw me do here. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe, be kind, and happy railroading.